If there's one thing that is universal, is that horror movies freak us out. Horror movies are known to scare us, keeping us up at night and avoid looking into the mirror for too long. Of course, there's the cliche uses of the dark, build-up of music, and jump scares with scary monsters and demons. However, what's interesting about it is that depending on where you are in the world, the horror films might look different. Check out this clip from The Conjuring 2. Now, compare it to this one.
Sami Allahu liman hamidah.
You might get extra creeped out by one clip rather than the other. The point is, horror movies are different at different places because they're trying to scare a different audience. Take a romance, or a drama, or an action flick, or a crime story. These genres stay pretty much the same everywhere in the world. A gun is a gun anywhere, and a love story is a love story anywhere. But ghosts look different depending on the place and culture. In this video essay, we'll be studying the visual style of this 2019 Indonesian film, Makmum. To save you an hour and a half of subtitles, it's basically about a group of students at a boarding school who get haunted by a demon every time they pray. Sounds basic to you, but you see, I'm a Muslim. I pray 5 times a day, and so if I watch a movie that makes it seem like there's something watching over me each time I pray, well, you bet your ass I'll get freaked out. The scene that stands out the most to me is this. It's a simple scene with no jump scares, but it doesn't fail to give me chills. In this scene, one of the main characters is seen praying, and it is revealed that all these demons are praying behind him. The scene ends with the man turning around after he's done praying to reveal that there is nothing there. It's not so much that the scene is scary, but every time I prayed in the days after watching this film, I couldn't help but think about this scene and fear that something was behind me. The visual style of horror films are unique to the local culture and folklore. It's these cultural elements that make a film significant to the culture it originates from. Renowned film director Martin Scorsese once said, "The most personal is the most creative." And when it comes to the horror genre, it's the local culture that makes the film personal, and that's why it's not the same in different parts of the world. Each part of the world has its own set of cultural identities in order to fully resonate to its audience. Films tend to use its local cultures to further emphasize the impact on the audience.
Who's that?
When it comes to Makmum, it's the way the film captures the local culture and customs is what makes it scary. A Muslim Asian dominant audience would of course find this film scary because they can relate to it. Me myself, I wouldn't find a Christian exorcism scene as scary and eerie as a Muslim exorcism scene because it's not my culture and I'm not familiar to it. Cinema is more often than not a reflection of our reality. It's why when we watch movies, we can relate to a character or we resonate with a scene because we've been through something similar. So when we watch horror films, it only makes sense that it is made to try and capture the reality of its audience and expand on it. Like I said earlier, identities in films of many genres often are universal. However, in horror films, the culture of which it originates from plays a vital role.
In the name of Jesus Christ, the saints and all the angels, I command you to reveal yourself!
And this is what makes horror movies like Makmum so unique. See, it's not about having the perfect storyline, best acting, or even best effects. But it is its visual style that encapsulates the local culture and presents it on the screen is what makes its audience stay up at night. Sorry, I just had to do that. Okay, bye.